When I first chose to become a stay-at-home husband, the decision was met with ridicule. Friends mocked me, calling me unmotivated and spineless. Even my wife's relatives whispered behind closed doors, claiming she had tied her life to a man with no future. I brushed off their remarks, reminding myself that marriage was about teamwork, not meeting society's rigid expectations. I wanted her to have the freedom to chase her ambitions, and if stepping back was what it required, I was willing. But as time passed, the taunts grew louder. At family gatherings, I was teased about being the housemaid. They snickered when they saw me carrying groceries or scrubbing dishes. I stayed quiet, hiding my pride behind silence. My wife often told me to ignore them, though I sometimes caught a flicker of pity in her eyes, whether she meant it or not. It stung, but I endured. What they never realized was that I wasn't just tidying the home. In the hours when my wife was away, I was secretly working on something far bigger. For years, I poured myself into a personal project that fused my knowledge of technology and design. I told no one, determined to keep it hidden until it was flawless. To the outside world, household chores were all I amounted to, but they had no idea. The breaking point came at a wedding. My wife's cousin was marrying, and the entire family was in attendance. During the reception, a group of the groom's friends, loud and drunk, mocked me openly. One sneered, "Look at him, the stay-at-home husband. Must be easy living off your wife, like a parasite." Their laughter erupted across the hall. My wife tried to speak up for me, but her voice was drowned out by the jeers. I kept my composure, sipping my drink calmly, though my chest burned with anger. Then something unexpected happened. The bride herself stood, her voice cutting through the noise. "Enough," she said firmly, her eyes scanning the room. The laughter stopped. Pointing at me, she asked, "Do any of you even know what he did for me?" Confusion rippled through the crowd. She went on to reveal a secret. A year earlier, she had been on the verge of losing her scholarship after failing a crucial project. Ready to give up, she had turned to me in desperation. She reminded everyone how I had stayed up with her night after night, walking her through the technical parts of her thesis. I had rebuilt her project from scratch, coding, designing, and refining it until it was flawless. Her eyes glistened with tears as she said, "Because of him, I graduated. Because of him, I landed the job that gave me the confidence to stand here today. You think he just sits at home, but he gave me my future." Silence filled the hall. Those who had mocked me moments earlier lowered their eyes in shame. My wife squeezed my hand beneath the table, her gaze brimming with pride. The same faces that once ridiculed me were now struck with guilt. The bride continued, saying that my quiet sacrifice was something few could ever give. She thanked me in front of everyone, declaring that while others wasted their time gossiping, I was the one lifting people up in silence. In that moment, something inside me shifted. I no longer saw myself as the weak man they tried to make me out to be. True strength, I realized, didn't come from showing off or proving yourself to the crowd. It came from the choices you make for those you love, even if no one applauds. The laughter that once wounded me no longer mattered. After that night, attitudes began to change. Some of the same relatives who had mocked me started approaching me for guidance. They want to help with their studies, projects, and even business ventures. I didn't refuse, but I never forgot how they had once looked at me. Respect gained late carries a different weight. That evening, my wife held me close and whispered, "Now they finally see what I've always seen." Her words washed away years of doubt. Through it all, she had recognized my worth, even when the world didn't. Months later, the project I had been quietly developing was finally ready. When I launched it, it took off overnight, shocking everyone. The very people who once dismissed me as useless now claimed they had always believed in me. But their praise no longer mattered, because by then I had learned something deeper. Real strength isn't about applause. It's about persistence, sacrifice, and doing the right thing, even when no one notices. That night at the wedding, when the bride revealed my silent contribution, she wasn't just defending me. She was honoring every sacrifice made quietly, away from the spotlight. I walked out of that hall with my head high, free from the weight of their scorn. Respect that comes through truth lasts longer than any mockery ever could.